Hey everyone, Glimpse here. How you doing today? Just real quick thing wanted to mention. This banner currently has about 11 hours left, and then a few more hours after that is when the next banner will be released, which will be Alhaitham and Xiao. I currently already have Xiao at C1, so you can kind of see C1 here, got his weapon and everything, so I will not be pulling for Xiao. I will be pulling for Alhaitham very shortly, and I'm very excited about that. I just saw his character demo and everything. I thought it was super cool. So, 100% do look forward on pulling for him. I'm going to make a video about it, talk about what I think about the character. Unfortunately, we most likely will not be able to get him up to level 90 within the first few days, like we have with Sino and Wonder and everything. Due to his new bosses may or may not be needing like new boss materials or new nature drop materials from the overworld, from a new area. I'm not sure if that information is revealed yet or not. So yeah, just gonna talk real quick about what I feel like you should pull, and I mean honestly, at the end of the day, whoever you pull, you're gonna be fine, perfectly happy with. Okay, now quick discussion time. I'm probably gonna run a domain or two right now, really quickly. Um, Real quick, let me see if I have. Oh wait, wrong button. Let me see if I have any condensed resin. I have two, so I'll probably run the domain for. I'll hide them in a second. His character demo did come out. 100% recommend you guys go check that out and everything. That was really cool. Now, for newer players, okay, actually I believe we can look at the Xiao banner and everything right now. Okay, I don't see it right. Oh wait, it's probably in events. Because they also released the Hu Tao and Yilan banner, which, okay. I don't know why they released them so early, but quick talk. Okay. So currently, I feel if you're a newer player, you can definitely get away with either of these. I personally would, if you're pre-AR like 40, I'd probably recommend going for Xiao because Alhaitham stuff is all going to be in Sumeru and it's going to be difficult to just sprint there. I mean, you definitely can, but it seems like you kind of mess up the pacing of the story and everything. So, but once again, if you don't care about that, feel free. Honestly, you can go with whatever character. It's probably going to be longer till Xiao gets a rerun than Alhaitham does. So, just pointing that out there. New character Yayo's on this banner. The two 4-stars don't matter too much, but Yayo is going to be a pretty cool character. I don't think she's going to be super meta or anything, but I feel like she's just going to be a fun character to kind of mess with. Will I build her? Not too sure yet. We'll have to see how everything works out. I don't know. I'm kind of middle of the road for her right now. She's alright looking. But, so Xiao is a character that I pulled on his like second or third rerun, I think. It was, that sounds right. Maybe his first rerun? First or second rerun. But okay, so I have a pretty highly invested Xiao. You guys can see the numbers of his damage in a second. Mine's fairly highly invested. Um, I think he's a really cool character and everything. He definitely works well in the overworld. He does a lot of damage with like his autos. He has very high attack scaling. Everything's super great. I can talk more about that if you want, but there's a million Xiao guides out there, so you don't really need me to explain that to you. Any questions, just let me know in the comments down below and I can answer any Xiao questions or anything. He's been tested, everyone knows his damage. He's been slightly left behind in terms of the best DPS and everything compared to characters such as Hu Tao, Ayaka, characters like that. Even, I mean, I guess in terms of Wonder, Wonder is a character that's been very highly sought after. Xiao did get a current recent buff with Farazan. If you have Farazan like between C4 and C6, she'd be great for Xiao. Um, These two 4-stars Yunjin can be good for your account. You know if it's good for you. So basically just characters that are normal attack scaling. So like Child, Ayato, Yoimiya. Characters like that, you can give it a shot. I always forget her name. Jinyan, not too crazy or anything, so don't worry too much about the voice. But real quick, between these two, so as I was saying, if you have Farzan at least between C4 or C6, go ahead, feel free to get the Xiao. Alhaitham, I'm gonna be real with you, I'm not entirely sure how well he's gonna be because a lot of the recent Sumeru characters have been kind of let down in terms of damage output, I guess. Very good designs. Don't expect anything too crazy. Like Wander has been great. I don't think he's definitely not the most damage on my account or anything, but he fills a certain niche with his range and like the damage that's always up with his E output and everything, not burst dependent, which is kind of a breath of fresh air since not too many characters are not that burst dependent in this game, and I get I get burst anxiety where it's like I feel like I can't use it on just the smallest enemies, and then it'll take ages to kill some things. But overall, Alhaitham, definitely a very cool character. If you like him, I recommend at least wait like a week or so to kind of see everything. If you're concerned at all, wait like at least a week, see how everyone's talking about him, what they think. I'll make a new video on what I feel. Might, however high I can get his level within the next few days. I'll talk about that. Xiao, guaranteed you know what you're going to be getting. Um, yeah, nothing too crazy with Xiao. I just feel like he's a character that he's like basically only used for damage. So if you need like a very high scaling damage dealer for AoE in that type of situation, 100% I would recommend him. And if you kind of want a character that's more versatile, can fit into more teams, you're probably worth going for Alhaitham. Now, if you're kind of on the fence about either of these characters, I'm going to be real with you. Hu Tao and Yolan are just both better characters than these two. If, like, objectively speaking, in most cases, one of these two characters would be better. The 4 stars are better. The 5 stars are better. Even the weapon banner is better. Both these are really good. So, both of these weapon banners are actually pretty solid. So, whichever one you want to go for, 100% you will be A-okay there. So, honestly, I would say if you don't have enough really solid damage dealer, I say go for Xiao first because you guaranteed know what you're going to get. If you do not have all the damage dealers to help you clear and kill anything you want in this game, I could say, I mean, if you already have all that, then feel free, go for Alhaitham. And once again, whichever character you like more, go for that. And if you just need a character if you just want to go like strictly meta perspective, you'd probably go Yelan just because of her versatility and everything. And same thing, if you want a good damage dealer, go for Hu Tao. Personally, my ranking for this, if I didn't have any of these characters, of like if I strictly wanted to see which one would be the best, not which one I like the most, I'd probably go like Hu Tao, Yelan, then Xiao, Alhaitham. Just because he's not really tested yet, we don't know how everything's going. Dendro teams can be kind of expensive, like his best team's probably going to be requiring Nahida and a lot of artifact farming in a domain that's pretty much useless everywhere else. Whereas Xiao, you can kind of build passively with like 2-piece attack of anything, and or 2-piece animo damage, pretty much anything like that. But Xiao gets lots of scaling from attack, and pretty much everything works great for him. So yeah, honestly, all 4 of these characters are probably going to be very solid. You could be perfectly fine with any of them. But just between these two, if you want to know who to pull for, like I just told you, it's case dependent. Overall, I'd probably say Alhaitham just because he's like the new character. It's going to be a lot of fun to play. But if you do need that extra damage on your account, go for Xiao. Okay, that's pretty much wrapping up the main talking part. Oh, there's the weapon reset. Okay. Yep. There goes someone down there talking about that. I'll respond to them in 1 second. Let me show you guys my Xiao team really quickly. Oh, and real quick right here. Okay, so I do recommend running him with Farazan if you ever built. My Farazan currently doesn't have artifacts because we're working on it. I also run him with Xiao sometimes. I kind of switch between any of these. I also switch between Jean sometimes if I need more healing, because I do have Jean at C4, which will decrease animo res. So overall, I keep pressing that. Overall, pretty solid thing. Let's go ahead to the Sumeru domain really quickly. I have 2 artifact, 2 condensed resin, so let's just go burn that real quick, see if we get anything lucky. Then we'll pretty much wrap it up, call it a day. So this video's been kind of all over the place because focusing issues, but that's fine. I haven't gotten too lucky on this domain recently, to be fair. Most of these artifacts that I have are just from when I was farming the second set for Sino, because people were going back and forth between Thundering and Gilded. But you guys can kind of see some damage here real quick. I'm not going to try to... Here, I'm not going to try to worry too much about buffing him. Let me just show you his personal damage. So, let's see. 40k, 40. So all of this is like only with Zhongli's shield being the buff, and this isn't with like auto attacking or anything. Normally you do his combo like this. There's 50k, 50k. Okay, so 50k per plunge. And my Xiao's kind of slightly messed up by not having enough ER requirements. But let me show you his builder hook. So 2800 attack, 70 crit rate, 223 crit damage. So pretty crazy here. Unfortunate with 196 EM, which he does not need at all. So basically just stack EM and crit. I don't have any ER, so normally I just run. I have him. So you see here I run him with C1 and I have him with C2 Kazuha. So just a bunch of Animo, and when I go Sucrose, she's also a great battery for this. Okay, let's see if we get lucky. So we're getting about 50k plunges at the end there. Yeah, those are absolutely worthless. Okay, so let's run this really quickly. And then I'll show you guys a little bit of damage with the Bennett buff. If I want, okay, so best like buffing, you probably could have also used Sucrose and everything. I did bring Kazuha just to show the swirl damage. So we'll just bring them together. Let's bring up his ER. Okay. So let's reset this. Okay. So here you guys can kind of see how much plunge damage he'll be getting with like that crit stats. Okay, so at the start, let's see. You're getting about 57-ish K, 55. Okay, so that was almost 60k plunge damage. So the thing about Xiao is as time goes on, his burst gets more and more damage. And you couldn't really see because they died pretty quickly. But I think I've seen him go with like full buffs and everything. I've seen him hit up to 70k per plunge. But it has to get like really towards the end of his burst. So yeah, nothing too crazy there. Which I mean, we could definitely just get lucky with eventually, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep farming the domain a little bit passively, but I do really need to wait for. I do need to farm his boss first off. Because let me show you the artifacts outside from really quickly. So, yeah, if you build gel properly and everything, just give him a lot of attack and crit. He can pretty much be fun with anything, and super cool auto attacks. So 10 out of 10. Do recommend. I think he's a cool character. If you like his character design, which I personally do, I think you're gonna love it because he's a lot of fun. But Alhaitham is coming tomorrow, so you'll hear more thoughts about that soon. That's just current thoughts. Let me show you the artifact build I have ready for Alhaitham, and then I'll sign off. It's currently being held by Kaching. Here you go. Okay, so this is my current build and everything without any weapons. So 45, 184. I'll probably try to switch this around a bit. Okay, so this piece right here, fairly solid. This one's pretty good. This one could use some work. Pretty solid. Probably can't replace that. And this one could have more courier, but I don't really need it, to be honest. So I'm fine with this. And I will be switching over to this weapon with 44% more crit rate. So I'll probably try to drop some crit rate and go more crit damage when I get higher weapon. But that is currently the plan. Here, look, let me just show you really quickly. I might be switching the build around a bit at the start. Okay, there you go. So basically 90, 184. I believe Kaching might give some slight crit damage with Ascension. I could be wrong. But even if it is, it's not too much of anything because it's still pretty low. She's a pretty low level, so it only affected like once or twice. So this might be a little bit lower on the crit damage. I'll fix that in a bit. I haven't even really had time to finish up Wanderer's artifacts. 77, 192. Pretty solid artifacts here, to be honest, but we'll get around to that. Definitely a really fun character. Great for exploration. I love his playstyle and everything. So, really cool. Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up today, and I hope that you guys all enjoyed. So, good luck on your pulls. Be sure to let me know who you plan on pulling for. If you made it this far in the video, consider subscribing. I appreciate you all very much, and thank you all. Have a great day. See ya.